Hi, Pencil. Pencil, I'll just keep a snack corner just for you. Alright, we're gonna finish Orwell. We are on the last episode, so here's hoping that we can get this finished tonight and actually catch the person who has been setting all the bombs in the nation. Hi, Ryan. How are we all doing tonight? Okay, so we're getting another recap of everything from day 4. The biggest thing of day 4, we were hunting and learning about Abraham Goldfels, and he was the leader of the group Thought, which has basically been the ones who are suspected of placing all of the bombs, and we found out that he died last year. So he can't have been doing everything, and yet we're still getting emails sent from him. So hopefully we can figure out what's actually going on here. Let's see. Ready for the finale? You made another clay bug? Alright, Ryan. I hope your work goes well. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, yes. And then our original handler that was helping us was basically made known to the public. Oof, you have quite a bit to go, Pencil. Well, good luck, and hopefully you can figure out what's going on and not have any others explode or anything in the oven. Alright, so now we have Catherine Delacroix. Oh, she is the Secretary of Security, I believe is what it was. So she is really high up there in the political party called the Party, because they're very original with their names, apparently. Good morning, investigator. Since you have the most powerful investigative tool at your disposal, I suspect you already know who I am. You, on the other hand, have been a hard-working investigator so far. You have proved Orwell is working as intended. I will be your new advisor on this case. This has become far too important to leave the case to an advisor with an exposed identity. This time it didn't explode. I was cooking them too hot, like 100 degrees too hot. Wow, Pencil. I'm glad you figured out what the problem was. Are you going to remake some of the ones that you did have the issues with? Symes is well, but no longer fit to work on Orwell. Moving forward, we will not speak about him again. As far as you are concerned, he never existed. Okay, well, on the good news, Symes, and I'm going to assume his fiance, did not get hurt when they were exposed to the public. Nope, they're fucked up, but I still love them. At least you still like them. With yesterday's reveal of Orwell, sympathizers of this terrorist group have taken to the streets. We need to show all of the nation Orwell is keeping them safe. We won't allow some fools to trample on everything we have achieved. We must get rid of the imposter pretending to be Abraham Goldfels, find out who did it and where they are hiding. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on here. And let's see, she has died. She was killed, I believe she was killed when they tried to pick her up. And it doesn't say anything, but headlines. Let's look here first. Okay. House of exposed government employee vandalized. A quiet house in Farview was ravaged by vandalism overnight as raging protesters took up arms and tried to invade the home of government employee Benjamin C. and his fiancée. Color bombs and spray paint were used to deface the outer walls of the estate, along with the owner's car, which was left in the driveway. The garden was trampled and several windows of the home were left shattered. Benjamin C. and his fiancée were not home during the attack, which was called in by several of their neighbors during the early hours of the morning. Just before the incident, Benjamin C. had been doxxed, a practice where online groups leak personal information on the internet with malicious intent, by activist group Thought when they claimed he was linked with a new government initiative. The project, now known as Orwell, allegedly will be used to install mass surveillance on all citizens in the nation. At this time, it remains unclear whether anti-government protesters connected to the project's reveal are involved in the crime. I know, pencil, right? On the plus side, though, our advisor and his fiancée were not there, and they are safe. Thank you for calling out that shout out, Shaggy. But they are safe, pencil, so we don't need to worry about them anymore. Anti-Orwell protesters gather at Freedom Memorial remains. As Thought activists unveil government surveillance system Orwell, supporters gather at former Freedom Memorial. Government stays silent. Once again, Freedom Plaza has become the center of attention, with over a dozen citizens protesting at the ravaged Freedom Memorial on Sunday evening. The cause of the protest is the recent unveiling of Orwell, a mass surveillance program issued in secret by the government. The information was leaked by the activist group Thought, the same group that was brought to public attention as the alleged culprits of the Bonton bombings. The group claimed in a recent blog post that they had proof that the government has plans to use the system to put the population of the nation under mass surveillance. We have reached out to the government for a statement about the Orwell project, but at the time of publication we had not received a reply. More on this story as it unfolds. Yeah, this is going well. And then this is about negotiations with a nearby country. Not anything that currently has been anything to do with what we've been doing, so we're just gonna kind of skip reading that. Okay. Anything else new? Why is this? Oh. Okay. I already read this one. Read all of these. And this is the one that, yeah, this is the one that set him out. Is it the comments or something? No comments. Still can't see this one. We'd read that. We can't see this one. Okay, so 7 and 4 we still can't see, but the rest we've read previously. Oh, Thought must gather once again. To Cassandra, Joseph, Juliet, Harrison, and Nina from Gunther Ahrens. Okay. Thought must gather once again. Members of Thought, my dear friends, as you have all experienced already, we are being besieged by the government. They have denounced us, called us terrorists, and turned the public against us. This will stop today. Their days are about to come to an end. I have a plan for this to work out, but we must meet like we did in the old days when we had our meetings in Cafe Chestnut. We will have a conference call at 4 p.m. sharp, because I am well aware that a meeting in person won't work out for us. I have to put it onto his. Which doesn't make sense, he's dead. You need not fear surveillance, all has been taken care of. I will contact you, get in a safe position, be ready. The gathering, we know Abraham Goldfels is dead. Someone must be impersonating him. This is as clear as crystal. We must act swiftly and collect as much evidence as possible before this gathering commences. Thought is certainly up to no good. As you know, processing data chunks is time-consuming. I would say we have time for roughly 20 data chunks. Be considerate. Oh, okay. 20 data chunk uploads remaining. Okay, so what are the most important things? Okay. That's not gonna matter because Nina is dead. You sent this, and we've read these. I just want to get them off of my... Okay, Juliet doesn't have anything, and she doesn't have anything. What's on here? Did I miss something? No, I read all of this. Reading while I'm watching the stream, so I should be able to stay awake. Well, I appreciate that, Pencil, but honestly, if you need to go to bed, you are welcome to go to bed. You don't have to stay up for me. Though I do appreciate it, very much so. Okay, so that's the same one. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Pencil. Okay, from Marka. Marka is his girlfriend. Subject ghosting. You must think I'm stupid. First you don't tell me where you are going because you need to ghost, then hours later you don't answer your phone. So I called Pers asking for you and she told me you were at the Cyber Cafe Chestnut yesterday evening. Okay, let's switch back to... Hold on. I'm limited amounts. We're gonna wait. Said you stormed in, then furiously wrote something on your PC, proud this outrageous blog post the news speaks of, then stormed back out the door only to meet with whom? Juliet, meaning you're back in action with this shitty group, and her, I cannot fucking believe it. So now I'm trying emails so you can't dodge me any longer. You and me, we're done. I mean it. Okay, well, she is not happy with him. The epi can wait. Plus, you might be done in an hour. So, hey, that's normally when I go to Slumber Town. Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't know how long this is going to take. So, we're going to try to finish it. Okay. We've been looking at her stuff. I don't know... Yeah, all of this, I believe, is already in. No, it's not. Did I not? Okay, fun. Where is she? Okay, well, I didn't put any of those in and I can't get anything. What the hell is Demiurge? Well, that was my bad. Hopefully that wasn't something super important. And that was the only thing I hadn't looked at. Okay, so the only thing I can do is this right now. So this has to be one of my 20. We're gonna do this one. Because that at least gives me whereabouts. This is where Harrison O'Donnell did his dirty work, probably thinking we would not be able to track him down. We will track him down. I have gone through the information we have on the remaining suspects regarding the impersonation of Abraham Goldfels. We have received information from a reliable source that O'Donnell is probably the leader of Thought. O'Donnell predicted the bombings. This alone makes him suspicious. We have no idea why O'Donnell hid the posts on the Thought blog and his timeline. We are yet to clarify why O'Donnell would frequenting a drugstore so often. Perhaps he provided the bomb materials. Why would O'Donnell have 2 health insurances? It is apparent that Harrison O'Donnell might well be part of the bombings. He is probably the one impersonating Goldfells. I want you to prove this and lock him away for good. Okay, wait a minute. Wait, no. That's not how investigative work should be done. She wants me to prove her assumptions. So basically she wants me to make the facts fit her assumptions, and that's not how it's supposed to work. I'm not doing that. Okay. Oh, scroll down. Okay. High scores. Lobby. The internet is like a chestnut tree, ever-growing, branching, spreading. Everyone has the right to dwell or relax in its shadow, and we make sure you get your right. Need the web, got your covered, out of battery, charge it here. Okay, so yeah, it's just a basic internet cafe. Does she want some terrible story that sounds like a revenge story, like John Wick waiting to happen? Well, hopefully nobody is quite as effective as John Wick can be. Okay, don't know who she is. Don't know who he is. Okay, this is his former now girlfriend. Oh, okay. Well, we don't need to worry about portraits. He's a former admin. Aha! Okay, now I can get into his PC. It's just this former admin thing. But we're not gonna disable a bunch of stuff. That way I can go back and look at whatever's going on. Okay, onto his desktop. What is going on here? Browser history. Where is my phone? He's lost his phone. I hate that I'm reading in dark mode and just got an ad that was all white, just got flashbang, God, my eyes burn. Oh, I hate when that happens, pencil. He searched for Benjamin Costigan. Okay, but we already kind of suspect he did, but... finish on his stuff just to figure out what's going on. Okay, look at the picture first. He has fan art about him. Thank you for the hype save. Okay, from Juliet. Wanted to thank you for your support on my blog post for the thought. I have the feeling that Nina does not like me. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Frankly, she scares me a bit. You know, I didn't want to occupy her spot in thought. If you want to, we could meet tomorrow at Cafe Chestnut and talk about our great success at Stellingen. The next big thing, everything besides Nina. I mean, I study at the campus, you work there, so we're neighbors anyway. Are you in? Juliet, aka Dixon. Okay, we're gonna add these because those could be important to get more stuff. Especially as she was in university during the time of the protests. And an alias is always helpful because you never know what you're gonna find. See? Okay. Please find your invoices. First services below, automatically taken. Okay. Life Trust Flex Insurance. So what is this one? Family Plus. Okay, so his second insurance isn't for himself, it's for his family. That we don't really know anything about. Okay, what's in the trash here? TNO ideas. As you may or may not have heard, I have been affiliated with a group called Thought in the past. I thought I might as well blow that right into your face before some data miner does and claim shit. Yeah, let them claim shit if they love worthless shit all that much. Once upon a time, there was a daft punk who sought to build an activist group, but failed awfully. The moral of this story is your activism isn't worth shit because peeps just don't care. As you may or may not have heard, the TNB office is a bunch of cocksuckers. At least now you know, don't say you haven't been warned. Okay, not much else on his PC. Did I miss something? Okay, we have his phone, and that's going to be the next thing, but we're going to see what popped up here. A Night to Remember. Oh, that's new. By Dixon. Okay, so Juliet wrote this one. Our protest at Stelligan was a lively gathering of open-minded people. Students, teachers, professors, and others formed a bright and colorful crowd. I have got to admit, when Abraham asked me to join Thought, I wasn't sure what to think of it. Join an activist group? That's not a thing for me. Sure, not everything's fine, but organizing protests in the street, isn't that a bit much? But I knew Abraham as he was my professor for media ethics at Stelligan, and so I trusted him. I said yes. But it wouldn't stop there. Harrison and Nina left the event planning to me. Me, who had never done anything close to this before. Ooh, a pretty scary task. As both Abraham and I were closely tied to Stelligan University, my suggestion was to organize a peaceful protest there, slowly raise awareness among students. They would most likely be more open-minded, prone to question the authority and the government, wouldn't they? Indeed, the protest went off without a hitch. Stelligan's president even permitted us to hold the protest on campus grounds, and close to 100 students, provided I didn't miscount, participated, many of them just joining in as they were walking by and wanted to know more. There was no conflict, no fear, just support. People were still talking about it a week later in the halls of Stelligan, and for me personally, it turned out to be a night to remember. Jules, let me say the important thing first. You did great. That's why we chose you for this. You even thought of making sure everything could get home after the protest by organizing an extra bus. Anyway, I already got an idea for what's next. Take things out to the streets, literally. Not the university streets, more like the streets. Think you can help us organize that as well? Thanks, Harry. After this, I'm confident I might be able to organize something bigger for next time. The streets are probably not the best choice, too unsafe, but I'll come up with something. Julia, I don't want to offend you. You're new and you did a good job, but this simply isn't enough. Our petty protest doesn't matter on a national scale. That's the simple truth. With a pace like this, the Gov will have erected their oppressive machinery before we even get to the streets. Nina, you know I think likewise, and in the end, you're right. Our next thing will be much bigger. We'll make the news for sure. But we need to be smart about it. Smart like Julesy. That's why I want her to plan the next thing as well. I understand you, Nina. I'll do my best to get things right and safe. At the moment, I am thinking of Freedom Plaza. Pretty much everything we need for Spacewise there. Would that be okay for everyone? Okay. And we go here. Nothing for her. Alright, let's take a look at this chat real quick. Where the hell are you? Why did you leave Abe's? Our plan was to hide somewhere until we're no longer public enemies number 1 and 2. Yeah, that was before I found out what you did. You exposed a government employee. Take a close look at what happened. They're after us now for sure. Was that necessary? Look at the TNB. We have developed a following. If they prosecute us now, there will be a public outcry. This tiny crowd with their banners won't stop a thing. We'll be gone forever once they get us. This is why I had to leave. Did you get Abraham's email? Yeah, that was crazy. I know, all of a sudden he is back and he has a plan? I can't believe it. Where was he this whole time? Will you attend this gathering? Of course. If Abe is there, we must attend. I will hide away someplace. I can call in from my notebook. You should do the same. Don't hide anywhere you have been to in the last 24 hours. They might check there first. Will do. My damn phone is gone, just like you disappeared this morning. You haven't seen it by chance. Jesus, can you not take care of yourself? No, I have not seen your phone. Oh, fuck it. Tried to track it down, but it doesn't send a signal. Probably out of battery or something. Yeah, whatever. I'll go without it. Until the gathering. Yeah, until the gathering. Okay. He lost his phone. He's hiding somewhere she has not stayed before in the last 24 hours. Let's take a look at his phone. Contacts. Okay, that's Juliet's normal phone. Cassandra's. But Cassandra's in custody, so it doesn't matter. May come back to this to add Juliet's phone. I don't like having this limited number of things to add, because I don't know what I should add. Don't care about portraits. Disable you. Disable you. He's talking to somebody about their birthday. Thank you for the flowers, I forgot. Off those jokes. I'm sorry, Mom, I won't be coming home today. I'll be there tomorrow, promise. In case anything happens, call Jake. Okay, so Angela is his mom, and I'm going to assume, just by kind of skimming through this, she is not entirely there. So the insurance is probably for his mom, because she doesn't seem to understand that he's not coming today, and then keeps asking when you're going to come. When you're in a cup. What are you talking about, Pencil? Well, this is the not so good conversation with Marka. I'm going to assume that's who M-Babe is, given it's pretty much what she emailed him about, how he has to ghost and She thinks he's going with Juliet. No, I don't think I said that. I may have. I don't know. Once it's out of my mouth, I don't generally remember. Okay, tracking. Okay, this is where his phone has been. So, right here, this is possible hideouts. Gotcha. Okay, so this is Abe's house, I think, and this should be his house. Is there anything? Maybe that's a work phone. Maybe I should put her phone number in. That might be helpful. Oops, too far. Hi, Styx, how are you? Orwell is a game where you play somebody who is living outside of the country called the Nation, because they're so original. And within the Nation, they are doing surveillance. And they have put together a program that they call Orwell, the political party called the Party, because they're so great at names. And basically you live outside of the Nation so that you can go through all of everybody's information and find out what's going on, so you can, come to the resolution of things. And there was a bombing. So you've been kind of going through and trying to figure out who the bomber is, and we're on chapter 5 right now. So I am currently stalking all of these people that you see pictures for. Although this one and this one here are dead. But it's been really interesting, and in a way it's kind of creepy when you think about just what technology could do. How this game is doing it. Let's see. Okay, so Harrison has lost his phone. Sent at 2:51 a.m. on April 15th. When did he start searching for his phone? Okay, so at some point on the same day. So even though this was sent from as Abraham from him, but he lost his phone and he started searching for it on the same day. I don't know if this is him. This is so early in the morning though. I don't know. Okay, well, we're gonna put this to her. And we are gonna say that a useful hint: if you encounter any hints to hideout locations, be sure to validate them by checking where they've stayed before first. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, read a chat with Initiate. Knock knock? Huh? Who are you? Name's Initiate. Oh, you're this hacker guy Harrison spoke about then. Right. So you hacked the Thought blog. You've been following us around. Why? What do you want? What I want? I want to know what happened to Thought. These bombings have been ringing in my head. And I just don't know, was this Thought's work? Was it a government setup? Listen, I don't know either. I'm sorry, but the shit is majorly going down the drain right now. If you can help us, do it, please. I fear my help got you where you are right now. You helped to dox this Costigan. Harrison told me you wouldn't want to assist us. Don't talk so openly, or did you forget what's going on? Right, sorry. Can you do that again, what you did? Nope. They're going to track me down for sure. Barely got out the last time. I need more intel on this thing first. At the moment, I don't see a way. Damn, so what are you doing? Oh, you don't know yet. Abraham Goldfels, who founded Thought, sent us a message. Thought should gather once more. What? Abe is back? Yeah, and he says he has a plan. You know him? Kinda. Where from? Coincidence. Look, if you know Abraham, why don't you attend this gathering as well? It's going down 4 p.m. as a conference call. Give me your number and I will invite you as well. No, thanks, but no thanks. Sounds like a trap to me. You shouldn't attend either. I'm pretty positive it's not. The email sounded authentic, but have it your way. I will. Good luck with this gathering. Good luck to you with finding out what's going on here. You're going to need it. Okay, who spoke? Ugh, oh no, not this bitch. Ugh. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Initiate being the bitch, or are we talking about Juliet being the bitch? The hacker. Alright, let's get her. Good, keep an eye on her as well. Okay. Getting a call from her boss. Carrington? Juliet, Victor here. Oh, hey, Victor. I just talked to Maria. Why are you not at work? Oh, I sent a sick note. Didn't you read? No, you did not. You were here the entire weekend. That's what the tracker says, but no one authorized you to do so. Now that you are meant to be here, you are not. Also, what is SP85560? Yeah. Registered under your account. This device ID does not belong to a company-approved device. You will explain these regularities. I want you in my office as soon as possible. I don't think so. Okay. What? I want to turn them into a sandwich and throw them in the trash. They don't deserve to be eaten. Pencil, you're so funny. I adore you. Okay, so the entire time she was working over the weekend, she wasn't supposed to be there. So that, I feel, is important. That seems unusual. Why was she at work then? And she also has some kind of a device that was registered under her account. History changed. Silligan University webmail. Her phone. Oh, thanks. I try to be natural, and I guess my uber goof makes others laugh, so I guess that's a plus. It is a plus. I think you're a lot of fun, Pencil. Alright, contacts. Abraham Goldfell's phone number, but that's his home phone, so not really important. Not too worried about Cassie's either, since she's currently in custody. about the portraits. That's the only one in there. Check her chats. This is with Cassie, hanging out. Wait, she only goes through there because Juliet. That's interesting. This is just a chat with her sister, meeting up. A chat with her dad. She's at work on a Sunday. He wants her to come home for a barbecue. Abraham worked at Rosentech too. And she's definitely arguing, and he basically told her not to come home. Oh, thanks. I like making people laugh. It makes me feel like a jester entertaining or a ruler or something. Well, so long as you enjoy that. Okay. Oh, I don't know what to put in. And then the tracking. Okay. One Rosen Plaza. Okay, so that's probably work. She's not there. She basically said she's not going in. Plus, she also said she's not going anywhere she's been in the last 24 hours. That's her normal home, so probably not there. This was Abe's house, so probably not there. Well, I'm glad it makes you feel better when others laugh or smile. What is this? 11 Stelligan Avenue. Is that the university? I know somewhere I have the university on here. There's so many websites. Here we go. Do we have an address on here? No, I'm still gonna assume though that. Scroll all the way back up. I'm still going to assume this is the university, and I believe this is where she and Harrison probably met at before. Let's take a look at his tracking real quick. Okay, this was Abe's house. This is where he actually lives. This is I think that's the university. But this is really weird. Okay, so I'm basically having, let's read this. The open door. Initiate. I need to apologize to you for remaining silent for such a long time. I have been working out a plan in hiding. Today I need to call upon your help to make it happen. I'm aware of your capabilities and your skills. You need to stop trying to tear down walls, instead shifting to running through open doors. Here's where to find one. 4 p.m. today. Plus, I take pride in making people smile and laugh when they're crying. Just making people smile makes me feel better. But that's a good way to be, Pencil. Positivity is a wonderful thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this, since apparently in contact with Initiate, even though this is like current. So they're going to try and attack Orwell once again. Well, let them come. Half our time is up. Stay diligent and considerate. Okay. I have so much stuff and I don't even know what to do here. I have 10 options left. Your device is offline, so that doesn't matter. You're offline and dead, so that doesn't matter. Okay, this right here to me is really weird. And this goes back to the very beginning of the game. Cassandra was taking the bus through Freedom Plaza all the time, and that's why she was looked at in the first place as a potential bomber when the bombing happened. Excuse me. And she was doing a big detour. But Juliet's convincing Cassandra not to be bothered by the past. And it's a big coincidence, and it just strikes me as kind of weird. We're going to put this in here. It might not be important, but this is suggesting Cassandra Watergate was possibly coerced into being at Freedom Plaza by Juliet Carrington, nonetheless incredible. You have found enough material implying that something is very wrong about Juliet Carrington. She might be our impersonator, good, but it's still only one option. Remember to add all possible locations where she might be hiding. Continue to collect anything of value until the gathering. Okay. And then the next thing that is weird, and I understand that he is dead currently, but we're going to add this anyway. Music makes it feel like someone is going to push me off a cliff, damn. It definitely is making me, like, more anxious to figure out what I need to put into here. But we are also working up to some big climax. We're going to have this big gathering and all of that. Anyway, I'm going to put this in because this is why Juliet went there. You are not supposed to follow Abraham Goldfels. He is dead. You are wasting precious time. Worked on something called Demiurge. And that's what Juliet was looking up, but I hadn't put that in. Okay, well, we're gonna wait on that. What else? Oh, I'm all the way at the bottom. My bad. Look at this. Wasn't there something? Okay, Initiate did help with this. This Initiate is a nuisance. You must reveal his true identity. This might shed some light on what his motives are. But I don't have anything else on him. Okay. They're not together anymore. He lost his phone. I do feel that this is important. He lost his phone. I thought he would be attached to it. Phone call between Cassie and Joseph. Law offices of Joseph. Cassie, they released me. I'm free to go. Wow, that's fantastic. I can't believe it. You must have had a hand in this for sure. Well, maybe I did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, I'm going to pick you up. You sure you don't have to work? Work can wait. What the hell happened to you? Is this the same Joseph Langley? It's a long story I will tell you on our way out. I'm so looking forward to seeing you again. Gonna be there in about 20 minutes. See you soon. Yeah, can't be soon enough. Okay, so Cassie has just been released. Ugh. Oh, what should I put where? Release manga release. Okay. I'm not really into all of the meme stuff, so I don't get some of it. Okay, he lives with his mother. Not necessarily important right now. Let's take a look at this. Okay, now this is interesting. Your brain is almost all memes. So this is interesting to me because we have these two things, but this one right here that says his phone is at this location is interesting to me because that is a location that Juliet is also listed at. But he lost his phone. And all of the others except for Orchard Drive make sense. And if at one point he was not home, do we have a thing for locations? He was not home because he went to Marca's house. Plans to stay away from his home on Saturday. And if he went to Marca's house, then I feel like that's the Orchard Drive. So where's the Penn thing coming in? That Penn Street. If he lost his phone around the same time. Oh, where was it? Desktop. No, it was a chat. Phone is gone just like you disappeared this morning. Do we have a time for this? No. She's worrying me more than, yes, some really weird things are happening with Harrison, but I feel like Juliet is hiding more because he seems to do everything out in the open. Okay, where's Juliet? There she is. We're gonna say this is your possible hideout. Everything you say, okay. This is just me like putting together a mystery. I love puzzles, and to me this is very much a puzzle. I have 5 data chunks remaining, so what is important? Stuff about Abraham is not currently important. The fact that he is no longer in a relationship is not important. know that he's the one who posted about it, so that's not important. This is why he has a second. It's for his mother. So this, I believe, is important. This is Cassandra. She doesn't seem to be a part of most of this anymore because she was in custody for most of the bombings. Angela is his mother. 2. Okay, so if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. I don't want to put the I am sorry thing in, because if he is in fact not the one writing it and somebody else did, if I put this in, it's going to immediately say that that's how he does it, and there's no room for, who maybe did this. Okay, so we're going to put this in. Why would someone like O'Donnell own a health insurance for a family member? Because his mom is not doing well. He lives with his mother. This is his possible height, because if he's lost his phone and his phone is there, and if Juliet took it, he's not there. Oh. Can I put in 2 possible hideouts? We're gonna hold off on that. I have 2 left. Let's see what's going on here. What else do I have to add? Contact was Cassandra. Again, I don't feel that's necessarily important at this moment. Your contact is Cassandra and Abraham. I have 2 things I can put in. That you were former admin. Okay, sure. I don't know. It's almost 4 p.m. Only time for one more upload. Make sure it counts. Okay. There's nothing else on any of these, right? Just that he's no longer dating her. Okay, let's see if we can put in a second possible location. Okay, time to find out what's going to happen with this gathering. It's 4 p.m. I'm getting interventions teams ready to check all the locations you've mentioned. Now to wait and see what happens. Okay, that's fun. What's going on? I'm getting something. I can't make that one out. Oh, hello. Somebody is hacking Orwell. What's going on? Initiate, what are you doing? Okay, well, here's the conference call. Hello, Is this working? Anybody here? Well, I am. Harry, I didn't know if you would still be around. Barely got here in time. Cassie, you've been released? Yeah, thanks to Jazzy. Don't know what magic trick he pulled off, but it worked. This is great. I am not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I am here as well. Joseph, great, you're there. Holy crap. What is this? Who are you? A fool who is baffled by the madness he just witnessed. Otherwise, initiate. Well, glad you decided to join us. That's completely unintended. What do you mean? You're in the call, aren't you? Yeah, I'm also in Orwell. In Orwell? Abe sent me an IP address to get into Orwell. It makes hacking the damn thing incredibly easy. He did what? And that worked? Like a charm. I now kinda control the damn thing. It's really, really worrying. Come again, you have Orwell on a freaking leash? Fucking great. How does that worry you? My control is limited, and the Gov will get back the control at some point, but this isn't my primary concern. What makes me nervous is, why would Abrahams have such extensive knowledge of Orwell? The whole thing reeks of an enormous trap. Abe wouldn't betray us. No, he wouldn't. You're right. Something very strange is afoot. We should get out right now. And this is the point where it gets even worse. I had a quick look at his file. You would not believe what it says. Abraham is dead. He died quite some time ago. What? That's impossible. I thought that when he first disappeared, but I put it to the back of my mind. What became of him? Dead? No. Abraham? How? He was very sick. Cancer. You old fool. Why couldn't you tell us? He gave Nina the orders for the bombings after his demise. This means someone has been setting her up real bad, and not only her, all of us. Who the fuck would do such a thing? Ha, the person working on this was clever. They found it all. What did they find? Who was it? Everything in here points to you. What? Jules? You? Wait a sec. I can't fucking believe where this is going. Are you for real? Are you telling me you told Nina to place those bombs? I did. I'm not proud of it, but it had to be done. What the hell? Why? You and Nina, you two ruined everything for Abraham, and for Thought. So you decided that leaving me wasn't enough for revenge. You had to kill innocent fucking people and blame it on all of Thought? It was necessary. Only when things are at their darkest will people listen, take note, and actually enact change. Abe knew that. I know it's extreme. Extreme? It's goddamn murder. I know, damn it. Believe me, I know. You are the reason I was in custody? Jules? How could you do that to me? Thought needed to be destroyed. That was the whole point. Instead of seeking me out and arresting me, Orwell labeled you all target persons and investigated you all. Screwed up your lives. People needed to see how fucked up Orwell is. It's not protection, it's invasive and manipulation. Manipulative doom for everyone. No one is innocent. Everyone is a suspect. Abe wanted to make the world stand up against things like Orwell. He knew how dangerous the project was. That's why he worked on it. He did what? He worked on Orwell? This confirms what I feared, but I didn't want to believe it. So if he could have gone to the media and make it all public, couldn't he? He was afraid. He thought nothing would ever change if he did. Can you blame him? He told me everything, and only me. Ha ha ha, funny. I just realized that you're actually a much better, yet much worse activist than Nina or me ever could be. That's admirable and strange, and I can't read anymore. Nothing but, oh, they don't like... Cassie really doesn't like Juliet. Joseph is not happy with it because of her pulling him, and then I still don't get it. Why draw all this attention to Thought? You didn't convince anyone by your actions. Why this gathering? Why let me hack Orwell? I just needed to convince one person of how faulty Orwell was. Costigan, the guy Harry leaked information, was man on the inside. The person who really has been spying on you is still around. The person who actually went through your stuff passed on the death. The one listening right now, the investigator. That's right, I'm talking to you. Oh, yay! Initiate was just a windfall. Chance to make sure you'd not immediately go up against us. Investigator, I have a question for you. Now that you saw Orwell firsthand, do you really think that the system will help anyone? Do you think the government would not spy on you as well? Did you think you were outside the system? Think again. They evaluate even you. Abe knew that. He saw the madness, but we can stop it. You can. Remember, you became recruited for being outside of the system, outside the nation. What if we show the people what they store about you? That even you are not outside of the system. No one is outside of the system. All you need to do, investigators, upload the data they have on you, incriminating yourself. This is so mind-bogglingly stupid, Jules. Why would the investigator cooperate? Yeah, that's exactly the point. The evaluation is supposed to be a safety net so that no one misuses investigator incriminates themselves, they'd be forced to prosecute them and reveal this evidence that the investigators are actually being spied on as well publicly. Now, I'd like to offer an alternative. It just so happens that certain Catherine Delacroix is in these files too, and I say we make use of the fact that we have control over Orwell. It's used as a weapon. There's something dirty to be found on Mrs. Delacroix to be sure. No, hurting Delacroix won't help much. She's just going to get replaced. This is the right way. How can we trust the investigator? What did they find? Fuck. Harrison left. Seems he just fell prey to this great surveillance system. Oh shit, we need to act fast. I'll show you what I can see right now. Here, streams up. Here's Cassandra's file. Wow, this feels like a slap in my face. They have been collecting all of this. They got me flagged potentially dangerous. It was this investigator. On the pro side, they did find out about Juliet's plot. That was good. I guess it's not too bad. Maybe we can give it a try. Joseph, your turn. Know what's funny about your file, Joseph? It says here you were offered a release of Cassandra for info on thought, and you agreed. Especially given the fact that what just happened to Harrison. Yes, Dan, yes I did. I got this offer, and I reported Harrison. I had to. Cassandra would not have been released otherwise. I can't believe this. This is horrible, but then again, you did it for me. I don't know what to think. Fuck. Cass, I am sorry for Harry. I can't take this anymore. Leave me out of all this crap. Okay, Cassie's gone. And you've got to do this out. Joseph's gone. So it's just Initiate, Juliet, and me. This is great. See how fucked up this all is? It's exactly what we need to show people, show them how we've all been affected, get them to fight with us. I shall speak on behalf of Nina, then. I only realize now it might have been my fault Nina got investigated in the first place, but it's all clear the investigator is responsible for hunting her down like this. They caused her death, no doubt. Perhaps the investigator didn't know any better, and we know Nina was guilty. It does not strengthen my trust, though. But then the investigator found out about Juliet's plans. This is why I say we can trust this person. Meaning the final verdict is only one vote to trust the investigator. That's not enough. Are we finally going to do this my way? It's down to the two of us, as it seems. Well, my plan to gather support for you failed, investigator, but if you still want to fulfill my plan, go on and give Delacroix hell. You will find something dirty. Investigator, it's time to make up your mind. You can tear down the entire system. Just complete my plan, please. I will turn Delacroix into a target person. I think I can activate access to her PC for you as well. When Abraham stopped his work for Rosentech in the government, he cloned all information he had hid in the office. He told me I maintained it. The system is programmed to boot itself again in a couple of minutes. You'll have access to everything. You just need to find the UID of the device. I cannot tell you here now that Orwell isn't tracking data chunks. I have full understanding if you judge and incriminate me for what I've done. They're coming. Is this your doing, investigator? Goodbye then, I need to go. Good call on Juliet. Seems it's your decision now. Finally, I thought this disturbance would never end. The back-end engineers say we've had an unwanted guest. We already know it was thought. It's about time to undo them. We must be strong. We must show these people for what they are. The nation's safety is depending on it. Find a way to incriminate them together as a group. All we need is a hint that Abraham Goldfeld's intended this group to carry out terrorist actions. We could trace the attack back to a remote PC. I will now manually unlock this PC for you. Okay. Holy crap. That was a lot of stuff. Juliet has admitted that she is the one who has caused all this. I did not want Nina to die. I felt really bad about that. Okay, well, Delacroix isn't aware of this entire conversation. She was blocked out from it. And she still wants all of them because she, being a political person, thought as a group of activists is still very dangerous. Okay. Nothing in here. can I have Initiate's PC? Okay. Well, I don't even know. I don't even know where to go with all of this. That was a lot of things I was not expecting. Let me do this, because this is curious. I command you to no longer dig around in Abraham Goldfell's past. I could easily turn you into a target person for disobeying me. You would not want that, do you? Entry 4 flawed. And Harrison now has a police arrest. Okay, disable the portrait. Right, Pencil. It's very interesting that she wants me not to look into this further. She is very touchy about it, and I don't like that. On top of the fact that she basically wanted me to change facts to fit her theory. I am become death, the destroyer of worlds, Oppenheimer quoted when he realized he made the nuclear bomb possible. For the first time, I feel I truly understand what he meant. I know it's impossible to stop progress. I thought I could change what was coming, control the inevitable. From within, I cannot. I made a mistake. I must quit at once. The only thing I can do is to seek redemption, so let this be my confession. I, Abraham Goldfells, developed the so-called ethical codex for a project codenamed Demiurge, which has been renamed Orwell, and I have proof for everything I am about to write cloned to a device with the UID. Orwell is the most sinister project I can think of, a system to spy on every last citizen in the nation. My intention was to govern this highly invasive project by applying strong ethical constraints on what it can access and how that access is granted. I was given a lot of freedom in this regard, yet that was not enough. Seeing this thing in action, I can only look at myself in disgust for being so naive that I ignored the danger that was staring me in the face. Even when the system is investigating targeted persons, it will jump from one individual to another, ultimately parsing all of their indiscretions and making everyone a target. Each test indicated one true fact: no one is innocent. I feel the urge to run to the press to give them conclusive evidence that Orwell exists, yet I ask myself, will it achieve anything? Just another news piece lost in the crowd, one that will be drowned out by the latest timeline scandal or whatever Rosen is eating for breakfast. I doubt I'll even have enough strength to leave this article live on the blog. I can't handle the shame of what I've done. I bet they'll start using the project against me, then others I am connected to. It will be for the best if I just archive it, but I need to commit my thoughts to words, even if they are just for myself. Okay. Alright, Delacroix's not going to be happy with me, but I don't care. What you got to say? So now you know it. Yes, we hired him for Orwell. This is his doing. It was me who wanted him on the project in the first place, to get things right with Orwell, to follow ethical standards. Only very few people here knew that, and I wanted to make sure it stayed that way. One of our most ferocious enemy worked for us, a person I chose. Now you know it all, discovered by the very tool it was all about. The irony is not lost on me. But, well, you chose to disobey. I've warned you before, this will have consequences for you. Oh, look. Now I'm targeted. It knows that I am disobedient and that Catherine Delacroix is my superior. And that I am investigator at Orwell, and it has my picture. Who cares, go eat a biscuit, bitch. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna put too much on myself in there, but, why are you looking at my computer? You're supposed to trace the source of the intrusion. Leave my PC alone now. You would not want to be assessed as a traitor, would you? See, as advanced as Orwell might be, it won't gather much from a switched-off PC. Goodbye, investigator. Soon you will find yourself wishing you had listened to my warnings. I know, it's kind of interesting, isn't it, Puffer? I'm being bad. That's something a suspicious person would say. Yes. Yes, it is. You could put that you're a fabulous person and pro gamer. Let's take a look at the Orwell project. What does he have on his PC? Nothing in the trash. Make thought change direction. This is saying that Gunther Ahrens planned the bombings, but he was already dead at this point, so he can't have planned them at that point in time. Yeah, the background is a little interesting. When you find a folder that say homework, don't open it. Papa. Oh, this is from his kid. Papa, it is you, isn't it? Don't ask how I found you. It took me quite a while to figure out. You hid your traces very well, but I still managed to find some threads. Abraham Goldfels, is this who you are now? Well, I hope it was worth it, leaving Mama, leaving me. What did we do to you? Was it just too much on you? Did you hate us? Do you hate me? Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at you. Somehow I can't be. I'm certain you had your reasons. I just want an opportunity to understand them. I want to understand who my father really is, why he had to leave his wife and daughter all alone, struggling, crying, hoping every day that you would somehow return. Explaining to my friends that my father was dead, when somehow I always felt like he wasn't. I have no idea if you're interested in me, what I mean to you, if anything at all. I have attached a photo and will tell you a little about me. I finished secondary school and I now attend Stuttgart University where I study journalism. I travel between Grieblingen and Stuttgart every day, even though it takes 1.5 hours. I didn't want to move because of Mama. She is fine most of the time, but I'd rather not leave her alone. Speaking of Mama, I haven't told her that I found you, and I never will. She deserves some certainty, though, some closure. It only shouldn't come from me. It needs to come from you. This is what she's been waiting for, hoping for, needing for so long now. Please redeem her. As you probably know, she is a kind spirit. She'll find it in her heart to forgive you. Who knows, after such a long time, she might even be able to be happy again. This is the one thing I ask of you. Do it for her, Eva. That is sad. Saved protocol Julesy Care. Don't understand, why did you never return to the press? With all this material, we could have created the attention you wanted. No, we could not. Juliet, there's one thing I've learned out of all of this. People need to see the consequences before they ever learn. They must experience them firsthand, or at least see them affect someone they can relate to. Otherwise, it is all just an abstract concept. I want the old dude back. He was so funny. When we were finding stuff on him, he was like, damn, okay. Who, Symes? Yeah. I agree. I don't like Catherine Delacroix. She is bitchy. And very high and mighty, and I don't like that. Let's see, where was it? Are you suggesting Nina and Harry have been right all along? You can't possibly mean that. In a way, they have been, yes. Not necessarily about violence or scaring people, only consequence. Consequences that happen right before the eyes of the everyday person. Not some report, an event that is going on while everyone is watching. How could we ever hope to achieve such an event? If I had an answer, I would have done it, Juliet. I will soon be hospitalized, Julia. I can feel it. The sickness is getting worse with every passing day. To get up from my chair feels like a Herculean effort by now. We have tried. We have failed. We must accept this. People will eventually discover what madness this project is. All I ask of you is to let go and get on with your life. Do not waste your life on this as I did. It is not of any worth. No, damn it. It's worth everything. Every possible effort. Juliet, you have always regarded my advice. Listen to me in this case too, please. Get into Rosentech for an internship. Delete the backup of the data stored there. Remove every trace I ever worked on this godforsaken project. Then quit. That is no place for you. Just walk away and do not tell anyone. Can't do what you ask for. How could I ever? You're the only one who believed in me always. Not my friends, not my family, you alone. It's exactly why I'm talking to you about this, not to anyone else, and it is the reason why I'm asking you to give it a rest. Grant me peace in knowing everything will be all right for the rest of thought. Do it, please. I will, I promise. Okay. Let's go to Juliet. Because he wanted her to destroy his backup work. Go into notes. Oh, lots of notes. Today I started my work at Rosentech, got assigned my own office in the main tower, right at the top of the 24th floor, next to Victor Rosen himself. Never felt so misplaced in my life. In a presentation where I learned the basic project parameters of Demiurge. During the meeting, I got a panic attack and nearly had to vomit. It must have been paler than the sheet of paper outlining the conceptual details. And they wanted... Okay, so these are his notes about all of this. Let's see. She's boring. She reminds me of the bitch from Harry Potter, the one who wore pink. Oh, you mean from Umbridge? She tarnished us cat lovers' names. God, that's so sad. Yeah, Shaggy. Why are you staring at pencil with those big ol' eyes? I might be in luck. The development team has had severe problems with the application of the recognition algorithm to automatically collect and interpret relevant data so far. There are too many conflicts, too many applicable meanings. If I play this card right, I might be able to convince the project's leads to consider the use of a human element to sort out the misinterpreted and irrelevant data, which in turn might make it at least a bit more humane. I know. I'm well aware of that, Shaggy. It worked. The use of the human element referred to as investigator has been confirmed by the project's lead and, even more importantly, the government itself. But by now I have outlined the fundamentals of the Codex. We will use not one but two human elements. To give one human the full ability to do the research and at the same time draw conclusions is just too much power in one hand. Instead, the power will be shared between said investigator and an advisor. The latter shall be a government employee on the inside, while it's crucial the investigator is a person on the outside, so an unbiased opinion is assured. I cannot overstate how glad I am that the project lead is absolutely willing to follow my advice. Break in Rosen's cafeteria, and I noticed a young man observing me closely from across the room for nearly 15 minutes. In a again when he thought I wasn't looking. He was declared to be a student on an internship for in-house security. We somehow came to discuss ethics. The way he talked, how he reasoned, left a big impression on me. I had to quit the lively chatter before I could ask for his name. Damned be my recently whimsical digestive system. I'll better not eat in the cafeteria again. Been working on separating persons of interest from those only appearing in relation. Searching for new source documents shall be restricted to where such target persons appear. Only after thorough consideration by the advisor and the administrative staff can a person be considered a target. This should reduce the damage done to privacy to an absolute minimum. On a side note, I am having a hard time focusing on work with stomach pain like this. I should visit a doctor. This is starting to happen regularly, and it's not the cafeteria food. I'm at the end. I've had my share, and I cannot continue the work. My consciousness got the better of me, especially regarding my circumstance. When I argued with the project lead how Demiurge allowed for massive manipulation, unrestricted mass surveillance, that my ethical codex could easily be circumvented, how Orwellian this bending of the truth was, that everything the investigator considered true became true, he just laughed. He laughed and said what a terrific name Orwell would be for the system. People would assume surveillance and safety with a name like that. I could not believe it. Are they even going to use Orwell's name out of context and give it a new one? This only proves that they have not understood a thing, and they will never. I have to make a stop in another way. It's not going to work from the inside. The people must learn the truth about this madness. Unfortunately, I cannot take anything with me. The checks in the lobby are too strict. It's crucial to undo any trace that might lead to me, or else I'll fall prey to my own abomination. The only thing possible is cloning my entire PC onto a drive, which must then remain here, hidden somewhere. Perhaps I will find a way to retrieve it later. I don't know how much time is left for me. I wish there was more. Yeah, we looked at that. So all we have left is to look at Demiurge. Night safe. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging around. Okay, Codex Draft. Project Demiurge. This document is highly confidential. Do not distribute or copy. First intention of the goal of this paper is to stipulate a set of mandatory guidelines to be implemented in the mechanics of the hard and software. The very nature of the project demands for the inclusion and embedding of strict limitations. Okay. What is this? This is 3, the human elements. Yes, please go check out Safe. She is awesome and a lot of fun. And Safe, I hope you have a wonderful night. Human elements. The use of human elements in the system shall serve the purpose of keeping the investigation impartial while at the same time keeping the powers divided. Okay, we know all of this. Target people, advisor, investigator. Target and related persons. There's significant indication. Individuals referenced to investigation should be considered as related persons unless. Okay, so this is basically, they've set people as target, so they have to set people as target people in order for them to work. Restriction of discovery. Discovery of new documents shall be restricted to those on which a target person can be identified beyond any doubt. Investigator must be prohibited from browsing the web freely, even from public pages. There shall be no distinction between public documents and privately accessible ones. We've seen that. Based on the guidelines proposed in 2 guidelines, we conclude that ethical surveillance is possible. How can I write this? This is absurd. Demiurge authorization key. wonder. Catherine Delacroix. People. Let's give you a picture, shall we? Oh, what, you're not gonna pop up anymore? You're not gonna yell at me? You're the Secretary of Security. You invented the safety bill. Her tail is between her legs now. Early years, she studied criminal law. She's a member of the party. I don't care about this picture. This is old and not current. I heard something new pop up. One request waiting action, invitation to the inauguration of Bantam Panopticon. Sure. You canceled attendance with the meeting of security company NSEC. Do I know what time it is right now? No, it doesn't tell me that, just the date and the weather. Sure. But this is the more interesting thing right here. I have her phone number. So I can get onto her phone now. What am I missing that this is still... I've been in all of these. I've read all of these. Why are you still starred? Time to get an in-game watch. That would be helpful. You'd think with, you know, having the internet at my fingertips and being able to look through everybody's stuff, I could at least have like a little clock in the bottom or something. Oh, the trash of his? There's nothing in it. This is the trash. It's just empty. There's nothing in it. Well, you know what? At this point, let's go ahead and add other stuff. Because why not? You never know what might become useful. His phone number. Cassie's phone number. Okay. I still don't want to add that. We do know he did that. This is accurate. But since Juliet is behind everything, I'm not gonna pin the email writing on him. It's everything about initiative. We'll go through that in a minute. Am I missing anything here? He is no longer in a relationship. Things that don't really matter that much, but we're gonna add them anyway. Okay, nothing left there. All right. Contacts. If anyone have his work phone, I believe. So nobody of interest in here. I'm going to assume that's her kid. Her son's name is Francis. She calls him Frank. He wanted to borrow a car. I have people watching me and you don't. Just let me have the car. No means no, period. Are you at school? Is everything normal there? Don't leave. I'm going to send someone to fetch you at 3. Don't worry. Getting out late today, so won't do work. George, thanks for taking care of it, honey. She's interrelated. That's probably her husband. Anything unusual today at work? No. Why? You worried because of that poor gov guy? You knew him? No. Is it real what they say? Let's not talk about this. Not here. So this is your number, you piece of filth. Leave the nation and its glorious people alone with the poison you spread. Catherine, up for a quick call. Mona, Triflis is going to fuck us up if we don't calm the situation down. Heading there. Need you to hold ground. We must go over the details in the meantime. Well done, Reeb. The bombings. Probably don't have time to... Probably don't... I have to tell you how important it was that you contain this. Now make sure there are no more interferences, and it will be the perfect precedence for the revelation of Orwell. Thanks, Robert. Botan bombings have been a real blessing. All of this will make Orwell all the more tolerable, desirable even. Yes, if nothing goes wrong. What the actual hell, Catherine? Do we have a fucking leak? I control the leak to the... Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I now oversee Orwell personally. All troubles will soon be dealt with. Oh. Do I even want to look any further into initiative stuff at all with that? He has information on people. No idea who this guy is. For Joseph. Nina, a real sweetie. Angry, angry, angry. Need to check her. Soldier in the army. Has a kid, Michael. Don't think she is behind this. Cassandra, mostly harmless. Arrested? Yes, I do want to be thorough, but I have a feeling that I'm going to pin everything on her. Abraham, need to visit him at Rosen. I need to know what he does. He really was there, didn't recognize me though. What's he doing in there? What the hell became of him? Harrison, ignorant to Abe's intentions, probably incited protests Abe would never have improved. Great band, sounds a lot like Rat King. Loudmouth talks a lot of shit, but doesn't. Not a terrorist. He is running Thought Page now. Could try to disrupt to get attention. Web server, password. What is he? Why does he work for the TNB now? Cover, tries to intimidate me. Wise ass. Let him crawl through my timeline. I love how he takes notes about everybody. Juliet works at Rosen. Coincidence, seems to have organized peaceful protests. Ex of Harrison, bit too shy, maybe hiding something. I should get around to talking to her sometime. Okay. Still need to look at these two, and I need to look about the thing on Orwell. But there was some information in here, so we're going to learn a little bit about Initiate. His name is Themba Van Biljan. And he was an intern for 4 months. Got something new. think of a picture for him. At the very least, he was an intern for in-house security. Back to him. He is from Cape Town, South Africa. He has a sister. Protocols. Goldfells and whatever this is. Look at Goldfells first. Please don't do this. My friend, I do appreciate your worries and I understand them. I too have considered this endlessly, but the result of this consideration can only be to intervene. I don't get it. Intervene with what? Why don't you tell me? I can't risk telling you. Not now. I will be placed at Rosentech. That is all I can say. This very government has deprived me of the chance for a better future. A future with my sister here. And I will not stand idly by while the most sane and intelligent person I know makes such a dick move to become corrupted by the government. The opportunity to have such an impact on our common future will only come once in a lifetime. I need you to understand this. Bullshit, we can always do something about the government. Find some followers, build a group, gain followers. You just like me. Then we start a guerrilla war. Think through what you're saying. Consider the chain events this will set in motion. I will found a cell for this guerrilla war. I will then recruit members, call to arms, and we start acting, even committing bombings, possibly killing people. They will increase security measures. Nothing gets better. Okay, I don't feel this is accurate at all. He was talking through this is what would set in motion. He's not saying this is what I am doing. Even through all of this, he did not want people to be hurt. I'm going to disable this. I've had it. You're making up excuses. You aren't better than anyone else. This is about money, nothing else. Don't be ridiculous. This is the last time we speak. I will no longer read your blog. I will no longer comment. I will no longer care. I will be gone. Poof. Very well. I understand. You are young. You are fiery. It is okay if you do not support the actions of a stupid old man. I would not act differently, I suppose. Maybe it is time to part ways, then. It is. I hope you will achieve everything you want eventually, by peaceful means, and you will be able to live your life freely. You will always be the one to initiate my thoughts with your regular comments to my posts. At the very least, this will remain goodbye. Well, now we know why he was going by initiate. What is this protocol? Hey, Winston. Okay. What's up, my man? So you hear about the bombings? Yeah, it was on the news even here. What about it? Been doing research. I know some peeps who might be behind it. What? I spoke to them. Claim they suspect the government, so two possibilities exist. Those people are trying to bullshit me big time, or there's more to it. You need to exclude the latter. Or I need to exclude the latter. You wouldn't know anything about goings-on with the nation's government, would you? Actually, I might. There's this rumor. What rumor? A friend of mine claims to know a guy who was going by the name of X2 Think, who got recruited by the government. Recruited for what? For a sys called Orwell. Orwell like the author? What is it? Yeah, just like him. It's pretty vague what it can do, but everything points at crowdsourced surveillance of the web as a whole. They recruit everyday peeps for this outside the nation. Super hush-hush. What, you sure? Assume the worst. Why didn't you tell me earlier, man? Like I said, not sure, all pretty vague, just on the grapevine. Now where is the connection to the bombings? System entered a test phase on April 13th. Ring a bell? Holy crap indeed. Anything else? Not for now. I'll try to get more info. Thanks, man, I owe you. Hell yeah, you do. Okay, last thing on his. New surveillance system according to Winston. Crowdsource. Can observe the whole web. Secret recruitment outside the nation. Checked IP so far. Possible intrusion endpoint, back-end server, 2 firewalls up there, doable Benjamin Costigan advisor. What is an investigator then? Fuck, got booted out hard. Don't try this IP again, might be tracing me. Fun! Nothing else here. Nothing new here. Alright, well, sorry, Catherine, but I don't like you, and I don't like the way you've been doing things. Bombings have been a blessing, or you are the leak to the national beholder. Bombings are a blessing. That's a very bad statement to have when you're the Secretary of Security. Okay. Delacroix announces resignation due to revelations. Delacroix announced resignation after an Orwell investigator finds incriminating evidence against her. Government cancels Orwell. Government announced immediate termination of Orwell impartial agency commissioned with erasing stored data permanently. No evidence against Carrington. Previously arrested thought member Carrington released. No solid evidence. What? Crap. Juliet should have been investigator wanted for arrest. Investigator entangled with activist group thought wanted for immediate arrest. Whether the home country will comply with the extradition request remains to be seen. Okay, well, yes, that's probably for the best with Catherine, but, you know. The government has declared the investigator entangled with the activist group Thought is wanted for immediate arrest. So far, it remains unknown whether the home country of the investigator will comply with the extradition request. It is presumed that the government will leave no stone unturned to get a hold of the investigator, who is likely to be in possession of insider information on their surveillance project known as Orwell. This is presumed to mark the end of the case known as the Bonton bombings. Experts suggest that after the troubled events of the recent week, the nation and its citizens will finally find some long overdue peace and quiet. Well, technically this is right. I do have insider information on Orwell. I really wish Juliet had been arrested, though. I don't know what I missed with her. But this was a very, very interesting game. I really liked this game. In a way, it was very creepy in just realizing what could happen. I mean, the way technology is today, it's a frightening thought that something like this could actually happen. But as a game and going through and trying to piece together what happened and who's saying what and all of this, it was really, really interesting and really cool. I had a lot of fun with this game. What did anybody else think? I know that they have a sequel for this game, and I may consider seeing about getting a copy so that I can play the sequel. It was amazing, Pencil. I know you went through absolutely hating Signs to feeling so bad for him. I wonder if you could have gotten both of them, though. I'm sure I could have. I feel like I did miss a couple of things. And I know at one point I had gone on to the next day, so stuff I could have put into Orwell on Juliet got completely missed. So that is definitely something I would have to look into a second most part, it ended pretty well. I mean, yes, Juliet should have been captured and sent to jail. But if I could find the sequel, would you be interested in seeing that? If I could get a copy? Well, then maybe I'll look for it and play that as well. Really, though, this was very well done, and the suspense and mystery of it was so much fun. I mean, there were things coming around that I had no idea that's what was going to happen, and I had no way of, like, I was piecing together the information about Juliet, and she was being shady and didn't, but then the way in the end that it came out that, okay, well, yeah, I did it, and this is everything I did, and she had such a deeper connection than I realized, and now that, once she came out with that, something that I realized was that her background was a picture of her and Abraham at her graduation. So, it was very interesting. I very much enjoyed this game. Do I get to see anything else, or is it just going to load into a new game kind of thing? Just the main screen. And if we restart, progress will be lost. So, okay. Well, this was a lot of fun. I very, very much enjoyed this game. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for tonight. I've been streaming for, almost 2 hours, so just shy of 2 hours. But we're gonna go ahead and stream out to somebody else. I think we're gonna go visit Shelbu. She's currently playing Resident Evil 4, so if all of you don't mind kind of coming with me and checking her out, she's a lot of fun. And we're going to head over there. So thanks so much for spending the time with me and for finishing Orwell with me, and I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much.